up, guys? Your boy Benny. To be a good comic, you have to have grounding in reality. You have to understand the world as it is to be able to satirize it. That's what makes people like Dave Chappelle and Jerry Seinfeld legends in observational comedy. And also guys like Kill Tony and Joe Rogan, such huge media behemoths, because they're able to crack through the propaganda and tell people the truth. Because really what comedy is based on is truth. This is what makes guys like Jimmy Kimmel such frauds, and why I will never cheer on Jimmy Kimmel. I will only ever welcome him departing from his position in late night TV. That has, of course, been eroded and destroyed the legacy of actual comics running these positions, like Dave Letterman and Jay Leno. When I was young, these were the guys who chaired this. Johnny Carson for a different generation. These are guys who were supposed to make jokes, right? They're supposed to laugh about things and not be propagandists. Jimmy Kimmel saying that he's going to quit his show. Here in the LA Times, he's talking about how it's probably going to be his last contract with ABC, he tells the LA Times. Jimmy Kimmel has revisited that multiple times. Jimmy Kimmel says he's worried about his career after talk show ends. I'll have a hard time. But he's saying he's ready for that here, according to this interview in a podcast with Gavin Newsom, of all people. What? Gavin Newsom has a podcast with Marshawn Lynch? What's that? What is wrong? What world are we living in? Anyway, Jimmy Kimmel, and it's funny because Jimmy Kimmel's doing skits on Gavin Newsom now because his show ratings are tanking, and I think ABC News is now forcing it down their throats. They've realized they've swung far too liberal and are probably going to get shut down by the FCC. Let me explain very quickly. The FCC gives an enormous amount of power and free broadcast capacity to our major networks here in this country, a system that was set up generations ago. The rule is that you have to operate in the public interest and give equal time. Does it seem like ABC is giving equal time to Donald Trump on The View? Or with Jimmy Kimmel crying every minute of his show about Donald Trump? What a complete cuck this guy is.
Honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
Does it sound like equal time to you?
For healthcare, for our climate, for science.
Look at his eyes.
For our...
Look at him.
Against him, and guess who? You just don't realize. Whole night for everyone who voted against him, and guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him too. You just don't realize it.
Does this look like equal time? ABC News is forcing Jimmy Kimmel to now do funny bits on Democrats. There's no doubt in my mind that they're doing this because they're trying to save their own asses and say, "Oh, sorry, we're not that biased. Here's us making fun of Gavin Newsom." Now, here's what the show did: they took a Gavin Newsom lookalike, and they had him go walk the streets of California. People are calling this surprisingly funny. There's no way that Jimmy Kimmel wanted to do this, but since Jimmy Kimmel's on his way out, they're forcing segments like this.
Salute.
A lot of new development there. They're building so much.
Yeah.
So they're building new construction as far as apartments. And, we've had issues with water in the past.
Right.
Now we've had a couple really great
But Oxnard's on the water, right?
No, it is. It can be right next to the beach, but the city limits are a lot further. So it spans into Ventura.
Okay.
So it's Ventura, Oxnard, and then Camarillo.
Yeah.
Now, we've had a lot of issues with water in the past.
Sure.
We've had a lot of rationing of water and a lot of people saying
Is this cruelty-free bronzer?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't. Well, it is or it isn't. Sorry. Say Parmigiana.
There you go.
We're trying to open something up. We want to have food trucks where you would be able. It's like a food truck, but it would allow anyone. But you'd be able to sell food out of the trunk of your car. So if you make sashimi or if you make carne asada,
There's health and safety.
yeah, health and safety are there are issues, but
Yeah.
Say smoked Gouda.
No Gouda!
Yeah, diversity in these schools.
Yeah.
Are they open to that?
Yeah.
As a governor.
There's 217 officially recognized gender choices that you have in California.
217.
Yeah. Like I have the macadamia nut allergy. Like that might be how you identify. Say Asiago. We're taking water from the Colorado River, but that might dry up. So I don't know. We might have to tap Canada Thank you.
That's good.
I have a winery, so yeah.
I didn't know you did.
These are Californians that are actually going along with this. And are like, oh yeah, this guy who's bragging about how many genders there are in our schools, like, we're totally down with this. And he's gonna like talk to me as I'm complaining about the economy and sipping wine about how many vineyards he has. And get makeup done while standing on the street. I mean, listen, if this is them setting up Gavin Newsom to run, trying to get ahead of it, I mean, I guess I would agree that Gavin Newsom is probably the front runner for 2028. Although there's no way that Gavin Newsom can possibly win with the record in California. Jimmy Kimmel staged a fake debate between Mike Lindell and Gavin Newsom. And again, the writers didn't pull any punches with Gavin Newsom. It's actually really funny. They talk about how illegal the voting rules are in California, how weak the actual, like how effectively how easy it is to commit fraud in California's elections. Can't believe this made it past the libs on Jimmy Kimmel's show. Again, this must be them forcing down his throat actual comedy.
Now, Mr. Lindell has made a lot of accusations. So, Governor, let me ask you directly, is it too easy for Californians to commit voter fraud?
Not at all. In California, our focus is on accessibility. There are 8 approved methods to vote in the Golden State. Mail-in, walk-in, skate-in. You can write your vote on a sea turtle. You can whisper it into a Topo Chico bottle and then toss it off the Golden Gate Bridge. You can deposit your ballot into one of our state's thousands, literally thousands of dirty needle drop boxes. You can carve it into a giant sequoia. Or you can simply dream it, which is what I do.
Wrong! Listen to this guy here. He thinks everybody should just be voting. Look, we need to make it harder to vote, folks. I'm proposing there's only one polling place for the whole country, so we can watch it real close. It'll be in the middle of the Chattahoochee National Forest, and we gotta vote with a pen, and there's only one pen, and it's chained to an old wrench, just like a bathroom key at a Sunoco station.
Sunoco.
We gotta, you say Sunoco, I say Sunoco. We gotta make voting more perilous. That way we don't have so many darn kids and dead folks and Chinese voting the way they do out in Hollywood.
Oh, come on, you're crazy. That doesn't happen.
All right, well, it seems like it's going great out there.
So I can't believe that he actually did the bit, because that's actually pretty funny. Does it carry on?
Man over here, or his buddies up in Silicon Alley, where they make vaccine microchips, and they have fake honkers for the lap dancing gals down at the Sticky Piglet. I got a shout out to Chardonnay and Cashmere. Hey, ladies.
Okay, all right, enough. That's not cool. Cali isn't just about tech. We also make weed gummies. We farm the finest chihuahuas. We have a booming artisanal pornography industry, and we're even one of the top 5 steel producers in America.
He admitted it! Holy hell, he admitted it, folks!
I admitted what?
The steel!
I mean, it works. It's pretty funny. Are they setting up Newsom to run in 2028 by getting ahead of it and having to force comedy on Democrats again? I mean, I'm just happy to see a Democrat actually parodied. They didn't make fun of Joe Biden for 4 straight years in office. It was illegal to make a joke about Joe Biden. Why? Because they know that he's fraudulent. Ladies and gentlemen, looking forward to the next couple of years, maybe comedy's back, even if you have to force it. And again, there's only one time that Jimmy Kimmel has been funny in the last 2 decades that he's had this show, and it was when he had Donald Trump on. Remember, the guy who cried about Donald Trump getting elected did this.
All right, Winners Aren't Losers by Donald J. Trump. Winners aren't losers. I've ghostwritten a book that I put your name on, okay? And it's called Winners Aren't Losers. It's for children. May I read it to you?
Yes, I like it.
All right, Winners Aren't Losers by Donald J. Trump. Winners aren't losers. They're winners, like me. A loser's a loser. Which one will you be? Good. Winners do deals and winners get rich, while sad little losers just sit there and bitch.
Could be a good seller.
My daughter loves it. The dog is a loser, and frankly, I pity it. This dog did bad deals. This dog is an idiot. And poor Mr. Bear, he must feel like a loser, valeting that 2006 PT Cruiser. This lobster's a loser. Throw him in the pot. I like a lobster who doesn't get caught. Those losers are failures who get nothing done. Just do what I do and you'll be number one. Now, here are some frogs I do not like at all. We must kick these frogs out and then build a wall. Oh, the places you'll go on your yacht, on your plane, with your suits from Milan and your wives from Ukraine. Oh, the buildings you'll build, oh, the wealth you'll amass, oh, the people around you all kissing your ass. There are two kinds of people. Which one will you be? A loser like them? Would you like to finish? Or a winner?
Like me.
Donald Trump, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll be right back with music from Gary Clark Jr.